Hi, I am about to tell you a story about the little drummer boy. So, are you ready? Let's begin. Once upon a time, in a small village nestled at the foot of a mountain, lived a young boy named David. David loved nothing more than to play his drum and sing, especially during the Christmas season when the village was filled with holiday cheer. One year, just before Christmas, David's father became very ill and the family couldn't afford the doctor's fees. David felt helpless and sad, knowing he couldn't do anything to help his father get better. One night, as David was walking through the village, he heard a beautiful melody. He followed the sound to the edge of the village, where he found a group of travelers gathered around a campfire. They were singing and playing instruments, and David was mesmerized by their music. David approached the group and introduced himself. They welcomed him with open arms and invited him to join them. David sat down with his drum and began to play along. The travelers were amazed by his talent and asked him to join them on their journey. David knew it was a risk, but he felt a strong pull towards these travelers and their music. He packed his drum and set off with them, leaving his village behind. As they traveled, David learned more about the travelers. They were on their way to see a newborn king who was said to be born in Bethlehem. David felt a sense of excitement and wonder as he traveled with the group. However, their journey was not without its challenges. They faced harsh weather conditions, encountered dangerous animals, and had to avoid hostile people who didn't welcome strangers. One night, they arrived at a small village where they were welcomed by a poor family. The family offered them shelter and food, but they didn't have much to give. David saw the family's young boy staring at his drum with admiration, and he knew what he had to do. The next morning, David left his drum with the family as a gift. The boy was overjoyed and promised to take care of it always. David continued on his journey with the travelers, feeling proud of his decision to give away his beloved drum. As they arrived in Bethlehem, they were amazed by what they found. The newborn king was in fact a baby born in a manger. The travelers presented their gifts to the baby, but David didn't have anything to give. However, as he looked down at his hands, he realized that his greatest gift was his music. David began to play his drum, and the baby smiled and cooed in response. Everyone in the room was moved by David's music, and they knew that this was a special moment. As David played, he felt a sense of peace and joy that he had never felt before. He knew that his music had brought happiness to the baby and to everyone around him. When David returned home, he found that his father had miraculously recovered from his illness. David knew that his journey with the travelers had changed him forever, and he felt grateful for the experience. From that day on, David continued to play his drum and sing, spreading joy and happiness wherever he went. And every year, during the Christmas season, he would remember his journey to Bethlehem and the gift of his music.